welcome everybody. If you'd like to sub up, that would benefit me, help a brother out. I'm actually getting paid at this point, which is pretty cool. I can scratch that off the bucket list. It's not much, but I'm getting a check from AdSense, Google. So it's pretty cool. I've got 3 or 4 years into this already, but I wanted to talk to you about my trip down the rabbit hole of tone today. I am, for the most part, done buying gear. Now, you're laughing, I'm laughing too, because the old saying is, how much gear is enough? Well, it's always N plus 1, where N represents the number of guitars you already have. But I can honestly say I am so blessed and feel really lucky. I'm satiated, I'm satisfied. Everything I have, I really love. And I'm done selling at this point, and I'm done buying. I really don't want anything more. So I'm good, and I wanted to share with you what it is I kept after a 3-year journey looking for the tones that were in my head and what I ended up with. I don't have super high-end equipment. The most expensive amp I have is the Mesa Mark 525, and I wanted to also say, and this is another video, but thank you to Grumpy Old Guitar Guy, because he sat me down and said, listen, guy, don't do something stupid like sell that amp. He accused me of creating or imagining things, coming up with, making stuff up about the ear fatigue. Well, I'm not making stuff up. It bothered me when I played it. However, I got a JHS little black box to put in the effects loop, and oh my gosh, it allowed me to turn the amp up to where it's more likely to be played, and I really dig it. Love it, love it, love it. So kept it. So Grumpy Old Guitar Guy, thank you. Thanks, Dad, for that heart-to-heart talk. Appreciate it. All right, well, let's get started. I talk too much. So first thing is the Wolfgang EBH Wolfgang. The finish has gone to crap on it, but that's okay. Fender, long story, but I won't get into that. Love this guitar. I have also, this is the guitar that was hardest to set up to get like I wanted it. They have it hard stopping on the body, but the bridge is always a little tilted so you can get the action like you want it. So this part of the bridge was lower than the top part, and so it was hitting the body, and it causes it to skew. So I did some work on it, cut out underneath the bridge, put a hard stop in the back of my own design, and love this guitar. It sounds so good. You can see the maple neck is really dirty right now, but it shows where I play, which is kind of fun too. And I kind of play all over, which is cool. Super stable. Love this. I used to have a PRS Trompus green, and it was an SE24 with the matching headstock. It's about $800 guitar, but it was really unstable. I told people it's the most beautifully put together guitar I have, but also you take the EVH and the PRS, chuck them down a stair, a flight of stairs, and the EVH is coming back up to rock, and the PRS is going to the shop. The EVH just feels great, super stable, really strong. Plus it's got the D-Tuna, which for me works perfectly for those cool drop tunings. All right, so definitely keeping that. The green Charvel, this is such a California guitar. Love this. Locking tuners on the back. Good luck finding one of these. If you can, I'd grab it if it's decently priced. It has just Seymour Duncans in it, top and bottom. 1 volume, 1 selector, hip shot type bridge here. Great action, satin finished neck, thin maple neck with the ebony fretboard. Rosewood fretboard on that one. And it's got the comfort cut here, comfort cut here. It's nice and light. Great mix of tones though, because you've got the humbucker and a single coil. Super nice guitar that I love to play. Love. There you go. You got 3 loves. All right. This is my oldest one. This got me back into electrics a while ago. It's the MH100 QMNT. Saw one of these on Craigslist just this morning. Purple version of this one. And it's just stable as heck. I can bend on it all day long for a couple of weeks. Stays in tune. It's great. Minimal wear. It's the beater of the bunch. It's got chips all around the bottom. Got it used in a guy's garage. Paid $175 for it. Still in pretty good shape. There's the string gauge, the string sets I use on it. I also have a Seymour Duncan Black Winter in at the bridge because this one is tuned down to, oh, what is it? Drop B. So C sharp and or drop B. We're gonna stick with guitars for a while. This is a vintage thin line. Of all the guitars, I'm least excited about this one, but I really like it. When I first got it, it felt toyish, and yet I stuck with it because it's got such nice craftsmanship, quality materials. It's got the cut on the heel. It's an alder top and body, satin maple neck, very nice. And I ended up taking the pickups out of the TC59, which is an artist guitar. These are ball buckers, but they're splittable, and they sound really great. They sounded great in the TC, but it weighed 9.6 pounds. It was just forever heavy. And so I ended up taking the pickups out of that. These went, the ones that were in here went in the TC59. I sold it for what I bought it for. Put them in here. And then also added a screw to the cover because it was a little loose here and it tapped, it rattled a little bit. These weren't real tight, so we bigger springs underneath, fixed that. Nice bridge, nice and smooth. But after checking this out, after I added that screw, I saw some factory pictures of this model, and there's actually supposed to be a screw there. So the factory missed it. Something happened. It didn't get put in. But vintage, I really am sold on the vintage stuff. Although this one, I do love it. I do love it. I'm keeping it. But I might be looking around for a G&L thin line at some point. We'll see. You know, I'm really happy at this point. Really happy. So then we've got another artist over here. This is the Les Paul. I had a 2019 Epiphone Les Paul in the house and kept it, played it for about 2 weeks, as well as this one. And ended up keeping the vintage. And the Epiphone had all the bells and whistles. It had the Pro Buckers. I think they're called Pro Buckers, but it had, you could split front and back and put out of phase the two if you wanted to. And yet this one just sounded better. It's got a more open, a deeper, beefier sound to the pickups. Sounds to me what I think a vintage Les Paul would probably sound like. I love the gold hardware and the cream on it. It plays beautifully. It's light also. It has a maple cap, a full maple cap, as I saw when I took the pickups out. And if I take this back cover plate off, I can see the maple cap also there where it's joined to the mahogany body. So same build-up as the Les Paul. Has a nice little cutaway right here, and it's great. It's one of my favorites that I'm playing a lot. It's one of the main guitars. The EBH, this one, and love that. Artist Les Paul, much more affordable than the Gibson, and to me, more fun to play. I like it. Not the it doesn't have the tuning problems I had with the Les Paul, the Epi Les Paul. Although I fixed those with a cool roller bridge, wider like a Goto bridge. All right, now another one. Artist. This is the vintage reissued Strat. Beautiful. Stays in tune. More Strat sounding than the Strat, in my opinion. It's got, again, the cutaway on the back, matching pearloid back here. Beautiful 3-layer pearloid on the front. It's got the comfort cut in the back, comfort cut on the side. Great electronics, very stable Wilkinson bridge. Nothing about this I don't like. I did move the volume knob from here down to here and just made it one tone and one volume, because this volume knob here has always bothered me. The thing I'm thinking about doing with this is maybe getting a pearly gates at the bridge. You know, if this is fine, but it bothers me that it's black. you got all this white and then you have a black pickup. So I've heard pearly gates are really nice medium output pickups for something like a Strat. Maybe you could let me know. But I would, I think, like to change that. Get a real nice Seymour Duncan humbucker that's applicable for a Stratocaster type guitar. All right, so that's beautiful. Love that. Love, 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 love. Again with the loves. And keeping the Jackson. This one took a little bit of work too, but oh my gosh, sexy right there. So smooth, 24 frets, fast as anything. On the outro to this video, I get into a pretty good lucky lead. All my stuff, my takes are usually just, one or take and done. 1 or 2, 3 takes and done with some idea. But did do some mods on this one with the pickups. It came really nicely set up, no qualms there. Didn't have to do anything. Action's great. Big recess under the bridge here. It's floating. It's a Floyd Rose floating. No hard stops on this one. But this is a DiMarzio Joe Satch pickup. And this is the Seymour Duncan distortion. I had a Mojo in here, but it was too nasally for me, so I went with the Seymour Duncan. I had the Satch track back here, but it wasn't meaty enough, it wasn't mid-rangey enough, so I ended up putting the Satch in the middle, which is nice because it has some nice middle tone twang, middle pickup twang. I like that. And then I put the Seymour Duncan designed stock hot rail that was here, put it right there. Distortion. Also, this still sounded boxy. Now, here's a really good tip, and I got this from somebody online. So I backed off the pole pieces here, half turn, whole turn, half turn, and it opened up the pickup really nicely, made it sound great. I was happy with it. With those pole pieces all the way down, like they are on all my other guitars, which I love, this one for some reason sounded boxy still. So if you are in the situation where you have a boxy sounding pickup, try this before swapping it out for another one and coming up, ending up with the same result. Try this. Quarter turn, no, half turn, whole turn, half turn. Just open those up a little bit and see what happens. I think you'll really like it. All right, and then the one up there, I won't pull that down. That's the newest one, and I do like that. It's a Telecaster with a P90 at the neck. It's an Ibanez. No, it's a Schecter, and it's a very nicely made as well. I was thinking Ibanez because I saw an Ibanez Les Paul on Craigslist this morning, and I was thinking, dang, that looks nice, but I really don't want anything else. All right, last guitar, and this was a great find at a Guitar Center. I went down there to play another Chapman. All right, so I'm not a guy that hates Chapman. I'm gonna keep giving stuff a try. It's just so far, every time I pick up one of his guitars, it's a disappointment. I wanted a P90 guitar, and I went down there. They had one of the one he made just for Guitar Center. It was the orange one with the 2 P90s. It's $900. So I played it, and I was just disappointed again. It sounded thin. Nothing happened on my side of the guitar while I was playing it. So I was putting it back. And then on my way out, I saw this in a corner in the used stuff, under $400, and it's a Godin Core guitar. It's pretty cool. It's signed right there. I played this. It had broken knobs. I went ahead and left this one out because it was missing, but these were broken. So I got some new top hats. And then just decided to leave that out because I thought it's cool and it kind of lends itself to the story. 3-way switch, but this is an awesome P90 guitar. Highly recommend it. It also has a cap. It's a resonant type body. I'm not going to say semi-hollow, but it's chambered like a Les Paul would be. 2 P90s. Don't know a whole lot about it. Could be mahogany and maple cap, but it does have an all wood cap that's different from the back. Super smooth finish. Nice. Great tuners. Really nice tuners by Godin. Godin's Canadian. They make good guitars, as you know, it says right there on the deal. Made in Canada. But, so again, disappointed by Chapman. Picked this up. It was less than half the price of his, and just a night and day difference guitar. P90s are great. Love them. So that's it. That's it for guitars. The stuff I'm keeping. And so now we'll go down to the pedal boards and amps, and we'll check those out. So I decided to cut this one short. Let me know if there's a guitar out there that you think I need to look for, or be on the lookout for. Check out. I'm really happy though, and I know we're all laughing because we say we're done, and we all know what that means. But I think I mean it. Anyway, thanks so much for being there. Enjoy. Stay sane. See you soon.